Mastering the difference between none and an empty string is vital. In the world of Python, getting this wrong can stall your progress instantly. Avoid the common beginner pitfalls by understanding this core concept. Let's dive into why these two values are not the same. Look at our variables. A is assigned to none, and b is an empty string. When we run a comparison to see if a equals b, what happens? The result is false. Even though they both look empty, they are fundamentally different. Variable A represents nothingness, while b is a container that is simply empty. In Python, none signifies a completely missing value. Let's break this down with a practical analogy you'll never forget. An empty string is defined by quotation marks with absolutely nothing inside. There isn't even a space character. It is a defined but empty piece of data. That is the technical definition of an empty string. Now, consider an empty list, which we represent with square brackets. Think of it like a shopping list on a blank piece of paper. The paper exists, but it has no items on it. You are holding the paper in your hand. It is a physical object. However, the list itself is blank. The container is there, but the content is zero. Compare that to none, which is like having no paper at all. One is an empty container. The other is the total absence of a container. If you compare no paper to a blank paper, they aren't equal, right? It's the same logic for none versus an empty string or list. Think of it like an exam. An empty string is turning up but writing nothing. You handed in the paper, but it's blank. You were present. But none means you didn't even show up to the exam hall. You were absent. The exam paper for you doesn't even exist. We can verify this by checking the data types in our code. When we check the type of A, we see it belongs to the none type class. This is a special designation in Python that confirms the value is missing. It means the data is absent. You went completely off the grid. An empty string, however, is still a string type. You were there, but silent. That is the best way to remember it. None is being absent from the room. An empty string is being in the room, but staying completely quiet. The none type class proves you weren't on the guest list at all. One represents empty, while the other represents nothingness. Master this distinction, and you'll write much cleaner, bug-free code.